The crisis in Libya is escalating. Even though the United Nations chief, Ban Ki-moon, has called for a ceasefire, the nation's dictator, Muammar Gaddafi, is vowing to fight on and regain control of his country in the next 48 hours. The ABC's Tim Palmer has been on the front line with the rebel forces near Benghazi and filed this report.
They left town full of the enthusiasm of a fresh revolution. Young men, elated by the success that had swept Benghazi and Ashdabia into their hands. All the talk was of marching on Sirte, Gaddafi's clan stronghold, and from there even to victory in Tripoli. But this is where many of those dreams have ended, at least for now. For these men, life and their Libya has changed forever, not as they'd hoped. This man lost his leg in the fighting near Ras Lanuf, and in the next ward, another man, one arm blasted away, still supporting the cause, even with Gaddafi's troops now only 150 kilometres away. Room after room is filled with the wounded. At least they made it back to Benghazi alive. Many of the other wounded didn't make it out of the hospitals at Brega and Ashdabia. Dr. Naji Al-Dressi has seen the bloody results of the Gaddafi assault of the past few days.
More aircraft bombing, trotting the bombs for people, more tank, even the tanks, even from the sea. The fighting, the war now more aggressive than before. And a lot of patients coming from Ashdabia.
As the days of reversals turned into weeks of rout, the anger at the dawdling pace of international diplomacy has welled up.
I don't know why USA and European nations, why delay up to now, up to today, waiting for what? I'm asking, waiting for what? Waiting for Gaddafi forces killing all the Libyan people?
Outside Benghazi's courthouse, now a parade ground for the supporters of this revolution, it's the turn of the judges and lawyers to march, shouting their defiance at the Gaddafi regime.
Libya! 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 Libya!
They ask the same questions. Where's the help from overseas that might still save their hopes for a democratic Libya?
I think they're concerned about who's standing in Libya. Is it Colonel Gaddafi or the revolutionary? And this is not for... we are really disappointed.
Muammar Gaddafi's son, Saif al-Islam, is now openly taunting the international community for doing nothing, not even a no-fly zone. He told France's Euronews, "The military operations are finished. In 48 hours, everything will be over. Our forces are close to Benghazi. Whatever decision is taken, it will be too late." The Gaddafi regime has spouted such hyperbole from the start. The signs are now that Saif al-Islam may be close to the truth. Outside Ashdabia, Colonel Ahmed al-Hassi had marshalled his group of anti-aircraft batteries and rocket launchers. He was, until a few weeks ago, a frontline commander in Colonel Gaddafi's army and fought for Gaddafi in the war against Chad. He told us he could defend Ashdabia and the vital desert roads it commands east to Tobruk. His troops too swore they were committed to the cause. One of his fighters, Atia Katat, says he's ready to die on this spot. What will happen if Gaddafi's tanks roll in as they did in Zawiya, I asked him. When I left home for the front line, my children kissed me on both cheeks, he said. They said farewell. The important thing is that Gaddafi doesn't come to Benghazi. Within minutes, the front line came to Ashdabia. Artillery shells began dropping, first 8 kilometres, then 4, then barely a kilometre from the colonel's position. We watched as the rebels reeled off salvo after salvo of Katyusha rockets in return. But as the army's shell fire intensified in bursts of 8, the rocket launcher shut down and moved away. The rebels can't afford to lose their meagre heavy artillery pieces. Within hours, the Gaddafi army had made its first incursion inside the city. Ashdabia, like so many other towns, looks about to be lost to the rebels. No wonder civilians joined the scramble to leave. Many were headed for Benghazi, the heart of the uprising and the seat of the putative democratic interim government. It's barely over an hour's drive now from the front line, and still a place where children scrawl posters for a revolution or simply enjoy the rocky seaside. But that revolution now stands on a precariously tiny piece of territory, and it's shrinking around them every day.
Tim Palmer reporting there.